What's up, guys? So there's some bad news with Nissan, which surfaced at the end of last year. I wouldn't be too concerned about this, except I think the R36 Nissan GT-R is going to be affected by this. So in a nutshell, Nissan had a lot of trouble in the 90s and filed for bankruptcy. Renault had to come in with the leadership of Carlos Ghosn and pretty much restructure the whole company. He cut a lot of fat out of the business and he was able to save money and also produce new products. So that's when we saw the Nissan 350Z or the Z reappear, and eventually the Nissan GT-R. Japan itself actually praised Carlos for helping a major car manufacturer like Nissan out to be successful. So when Carlos went in, he not only cut certain models out like the Silvia or the Laurel or any other model that we don't have existing today, and he also cut management positions that would maybe cause a lot of resistance because he wanted to go in and be able to do whatever he wanted. In a sense, he needed full reign to bring the company back to profitability, but at the same time, being in Japan, they're more conservative about things. So there's a lot of checks and balances which he removed, and that's where we're at right now. So there's an ongoing investigation that basically Carlos was wanting to merge the French automaker with the Japanese automaker, which is a big no-no for the Japanese, because they want it solely as a Japanese company and not a mixture of, maybe French, American, and whatever. That's another story. So with Carlos out of the picture right now, Nissan, Renault, and Mitsubishi have assigned new executive members, and hopefully they can work something out. Carlos has been released on bond and he's gonna have to go to court to defend himself, and he doesn't feel that he's guilty. But at the same time, there's a lot of tension between Nissan and Renault right now, because do they want to really continue with this relationship or do they not want to? And that leads to the future Nissan GT-R. So now it's kind of like, okay, is Nissan concentrating on that project now, or are they mostly concentrating on the Renault-Nissan alliance? And I think the Nissan-Renault alliance is more important, or has priority. So the Nissan GT-R is most likely getting put on the back burner. I think there's a lot to be learned from both companies if they share the technology, but at the same time, if they're not together anymore, then it's going to delay things. It's kind of like a symbiotic relationship also, because Renault is depending on Nissan because they have a lot of relationships with their other factories to cut costs down. Renault has pretty good technology also. Then you have Mitsubishi, who also joined in the mix, so there's like a threesome here. The future of the automotive industry is moving in a different direction, and in order for them to be successful, they kind of maybe need to align with each other. It's very hard to compete with Toyota. It's hard to compete with GM if you're just solely Nissan, especially if you're Mitsubishi, and especially if you're just Renault. So combining the three, you would be better off for the future, because everything is moving to electric right now, and it seems like Nissan is probably the expert company with the electric stuff, because I don't believe Renault has anything electric, nor Mitsubishi. I think they were working on something beforehand, but I'm not sure what happened with those projects after Mitsubishi filed for bankruptcy. It's kind of like in a sketchy area right now. But I think as car enthusiasts, we're more concerned about models such as the Nissan GT-R coming out in the close future, not the distant future. That's pretty much the gist of it. So if you want to know more details, I'll provide a link in the description section below so you can read further to find out more. Other than that, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I'll see you in the next one.